Juicy Lucy? Butter burger? I want them both. So the other night I was thinking about some of the best burger trends or the biggest burger trends out there. And I saw two that popped up. One, the Juicy Lucy, which is a burger stuffed with cheese and then fried off. And then there was the concept of the butter burger. That's a burger that's been basted in butter and all kinds of deliciousness. I thought, why can't we have both? Why don't we stuff the burger with cheese and butter? But we can also add some more flavor. One of the flavors I'm going to add is roasted garlic. So I'm going to roast off, I've got about 30-40 cloves. I'm going to add enough olive oil to cover. I should have got out the big can. There we go. The next thing we do is just turn on the heat. I'm going to keep it fairly low because you don't want this to fry, you want it to cook. The way I first learned to roast garlic was to cut the top off the head of garlic, salt, pepper, drizzle with olive oil, wrap it in foil, throw it in the oven. You could do that if you want. I like this technique because I also get garlic oil out of this. And that's good for a lot of different stuff. We'll just let this go for a few minutes. Okay, this went 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. You're looking for it to get nice and soft. Now all we have to do is just let this sit for about 10-15 minutes so it's cool enough to handle. It comes down to room temperature. So I'll just set that off to the side. Also, if you're interested, I've got this Induction cooktop. It's by Eurodib. About 70-80 bucks. They're a good investment if you're, well, lacking burner space like I am, or, well, also like me, you've got a temperamental cooktop. These are great. All they do is run on electricity. I've got a link down below if you want to check them out. Oh yeah, in the description. While you're down there, go ahead, like, subscribe, smash all those buttons, except the dislike. We'll let this cool, and then we'll make our butter. Okay, so my garlic is cooled down quite a bit. We need to grind this up a little bit. So I'm going to move the cloves into this tall container. I'm going to give it a little bit of oil. Okay, now the rest of this oil, package it up, put it in the refrigerator. This is garlic oil. It cannot stay at room temperature. There's bad nasties that could happen there. So I'm going to use my immersion blender and just grind this up. There's some chunks in there. I don't mind that. Next step is to make our butter. Okay, next step, we're gonna break out our stand mixer. We've got 4 ounces of butter. I've got 4 ounces of grated cheese. You can use just about any cheese you want. Stay away from the bad melters. I like, this is a Spanish cheese called Manchego. Really good, very flavorful. So 4 ounces of butter, 4 ounces of Manchego. Pepper. A little bit of salt. I used unsalted butter. And then we'll throw our roasted garlic in there. Oh, that butter's been sitting out at room temperature, and you don't want it ice cold because it will take a while to bring together. It'll happen with mechanical means, but it will take longer. That's all it needs. Next, we'll take our butter off the paddle, of course. And we'll put it on a piece of parchment paper. Then just kind of roll it up in the parchment paper. Now I'm just going to take my fingers. If you've got a sheet pan or a knife or a cake icing paddle, you can use that. But I'm just going to push it and it's going to form a nice little round like that. Then just roll it up. Roll it up into a little package like this. This goes into the freezer, and we'll get on with our next step of our burger making process. Welcome back. Did a little road trip, went to a local German bakery. Got some stuff that, well, you'll see in a little bit. The butter has been sitting in the freezer. It's firmed up quite nicely. I sliced off a few pieces already. And I've got a pound of ground beef. I like a little bit more fat in my ground beef, so this is actually, I would have wanted 80-20, but this is 85-15. I'm okay with that. So first thing we need to do is measure this out. So I got a pound. I'm gonna go for about a 1/3 pound, which gives me 3 burgers. Don some gloves. So at a 1/3 pound, we're looking at 5.33 ounces, okay? Okay, there we go. Put down a piece of parchment paper. Take this, I'm going to split this in half. And I'm going to use this ring mold with a little plunger. If you don't have this, you can do it by hand, that's fine. Or take like a ring mold with a flat bottom glass, and that'll work. So I'm just going to spread this out. We'll give it a press. Now, while we're at it, we might as well season this. A little salt, a little pepper. Now we put down our butter in there. It's kind of broke apart. Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna melt completely inside there, so. Take the other half of our 1/3, kind of flatten it out a little bit, and then just push it down and kind of seal it in there. Use the plunger. So, one nice thing about the plunger is, if it's stuck in there, you can push it out with it. So I'm going to flatten this out just a little bit more. Make sure everything's sealed up. And there's our first one. Okay, I got all cleaned up. We're ready to go. What did I get at the bakery? Pretzel buns. German bakery. If you're in Colorado Springs or the area, stop by Wimberger's. It's on Bott Street. So first thing, let's cut our bun open. Oh, it's beautiful, look at that. We'll get this toasted. A little bit of olive oil down. We get a little olive oil in our pan, just a touch. Then we'll season our burger. That size seasoned. Place it down in there. Might as well season the other side now. Okay, we got a nice sear on both sides. I'm gonna finish it off in the oven, but let's talk about how I wanna finish this burger off. I like a little bit more cheese. So I've got a little Roquefort here. So I'm gonna place this on top. Now it goes in the oven. Okay, there we go. So let's finish off this burger. I like a little mayonnaise on my nicely toasted bun. We'll go bottom and top. Grab our burger. Got some nice crisp bacon. I cut them in half because I don't like my bacon hanging off. Finally, some caramelized onions. Slice them up, throw them in a pan with a little olive oil. Be patient, go about medium to medium high heat. And if you get a lot of stuff sticking to the bottom of the pan, just hit it with a little bit of water. All that brown stuff will come back onto the onions. There we go. Put the top on. Now let's give it a slice. First thing you notice, the butter's running all over the place. There we go. Our butter Juicy Lucy. If you like this, go ahead, check out some of the other, up here, up there. There's some other videos that you can check out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.